In March of 2021 on Viterbo's campus, there were multiple incidences of hateful messages being written in permanent marker on a Viterbo black student's door. These messages contained threats and degrading comments centered around the targeted student's race. This event is not the first time there were hate-filled messages on Viterbo's campus this semester. The news of this hate crime began to circulate around campus. Many faculty, staff, and students began sharing their disgust, hurt, and disapproval of the situation. President Glenna Temple remarked, "This is unacceptable behavior on our campus." Called to action, Rachel Armstrong, Lauren Johnson, and a variety of other Viterbo students organized a demonstration at the Assisi Courtyard on March 11, 2021. In support of the event, classes were canceled that day to allow students and staff to participate. Large numbers of the Viterbo community showed up to show their support, to share stories of hurt, and to listen to one another.
It's seeing that so often. I think the generation of students right now, they look at this generation and think like, oh, they're just all behind their phones, oh, it's just all social media activism. So to actually see people get up and get out and make signs and be here and cheer, it just heartens me that like, no, that's not all they are. They're more than that, and they want to be more than that. And so we need to stop trying to put your generation in a box and just saying that like, well, that's how you're doing it, versus like, no, it's all available to all of us to join in these causes.
Yeah, so there's a couple things. Obviously, I know the university is doing their best, at least so they say, on working to find the person who did this awful incident. So I think really devoting a lot of their resources for that, but I believe also showing better tangible support for the students of color on this campus. I think that they should. I know that there is a small scholarship for students of color coming here, but it doesn't apply to all of them, and I think that should be expanded as a means both of reparations, which I strongly believe in, and also working to help foster diversity on this campus. I think that the university needs to continue taking like physical actions rather than just having words of support for it. I think promoting more like students of color into getting into activities. I know this is a conversation I've had with Jordan, where she says that she feels like they don't really do a good job of bringing or allowing students of color to be aware of what's going on campus. I think the Diversity Lounge should not be on the 5th floor back in Murphy. That's a very hard place to get to. Not even all students of color are aware that it exists. I think that really should be renovated and moved to a more centralized location. I also think that the school needs to make a better priority of hiring faculty members that are Black and other like faculty members of color, so that you have students that feel safe, that when incidents like this happen, that they have someone that they can go and talk to, and they don't feel completely isolated and alone.
I just hope people weren't here just so it looks good on them. It's just like, it doesn't matter what you do right now, it's what you do when you're alone, when no one's looking. So I really hope that people who were here really mean that they're here for this and continue to spread information and stuff like that.
I don't know why, but it always shocks everybody, right? It's like everyone forgets racism exists until it happens. So you get an event like this that brings all of these people together. But then, like, I don't want this to be the last time that this happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's a call to action, but a momentary call to action. Which is like, I wish stuff like this just happened all the time.
In participating in the demonstration and pushing for minority students to have their voices heard and included, student leaders around campus are both participating in social justice by fighting for equal rights, equal opportunity, and equal treatment, and serving their community by exemplifying Viterbo's values of hospitality, integrity, and service. In addition to individual consequences of this hate crime, Viterbo students have called for systematic changes that would ensure the minority students on campus feel both heard and safe. An executive summary put together by the university following a series of student listening sessions in February and March reflected many of the concerns that students would like to see addressed, including safety and isolation, focus on inclusive classroom settings, integrating student voices on campus decision-making, campus support and culture, campus community education, and transparency.